How many times have you backed down without taking action at all because you thought you're going to lose this sale anyway? How many times that you played so small and so safe without letting that person go to that zone, thinking that, okay, if I go to this zone, I might lose this sale? How many times? First of all, we need to have a high self-worth before you close a high-value sale. If you want to close $100,000 to whatever the $1 million, whatever the capacity that you have, first of all, you need to have high self-worth to do that. Are you driven with scarcity mindset? Right? And there are so many psychological reasons why the client is not going to do business with you because you have a scarcity mindset. It means that if it's not going well for you, you don't have many clients. If you don't have many clients, you're probably not good. If you're probably not good, then if I do business with you, I will be in trouble. Know your max capacity, that number. And once you have the number, you have clear visibility. When you do that, a magic happens. Suddenly, you seem to be actually not available all the time. Now, what happens in our human psychology is that we all want to gain what is unattainable. That's how human psychology works. So when you show that in this kind of a tactic, suddenly the client or the potential client realizes, hang on a second, this person, I need to win this person. I can't afford to lose this person. Hi guys, it's Ramindu Randeni back again with another video about sales and negotiation from my bread and butter. And I just want to share something extremely important for the people who have fear of rejection. Just take a look at this. Do you have fear of rejections really governing you from every sales course that you take? Now, this is something that I've seen common from specifically the people in the subcontinent as well as in the Southeast Asian. We have a lot of people who actually govern with the fear of losing their sales. There are so many reasons why it's happening: cultural, religious, spiritual, family upbringing, etc. But however, it can be seen from a young entrepreneur who's just starting a business to all the way to blue chip corporates who have really academically sound sales team. That I've seen that from across all the industries. So I thought of sharing this. Is going to be, hopefully it will do a lot of good for you. So how many times have you backed down without taking action at all because you thought you're going to lose this sale anyway? How many times that you played so small and so safe without letting that person go to that zone, thinking that, okay, if I go to this zone, I might lose this sale? How many times? So unfortunately, a lot of the guys who are doing sales, whether you're an entrepreneur, business leader, sales professional, who's dealing with sales, dealing with the people that you want to close a sale in a negotiation. So I've seen this happening from across all industries. So the problem is that a lot of you who have this fear of rejection, what's going to happen is that it's going to hamper your growth. I constantly meet entrepreneurs, I constantly meet business leaders saying that I want my company and I want my team to take this business to next level, double the growth, 10x the growth. But one of the things that's going to stand in the way, that if you have a team who are actually governed with fear of losing, it's going to slow down your growth. No matter what tactics you're going to bring to the table, no matter what platform that you have, processes you have, no matter how much money that you're going to pump into the marketing, but when it comes to closing that high value sale, and if your salesperson is governed with fear of losing, you're going to slow down your entire sales process. You're going to lose a lot of business. So it's going to be a huge problem. So I'm going to share some of the things that it's going to liberate you from this problem. Number one, cultivate the fear of losing you. This is absolutely the reversal of what's happening in the market. Cultivate the fear of losing you and show this client the value of your presence. Often this happens very poorly. So how I coach the sales teams that I coach, I show them their self-worth. First of all, we need to have a high self-worth before you close a high-value sale. If you want to close $100,000 to whatever the $1 million, whatever the capacity that you have, First of all, you need to have high self-worth to do that. So in your presence, the client should really value your presence. Have you seen most of the time the client actually discrediting your presence, not even honoring, it's just discrediting your presence, showing that you're chucking your time slot everywhere. That person is not available. That person is available very less time. He's distracted. He comes late, wants to go early. All sorts of things happen in a meeting. I've seen it because you haven't shown how important your presence is. So you have to guide your client at as early as possible in the sales process and show the value that you have for your chosen clients and how well and how serious you are for your clients and the value that you have for your time. Because the moment you start a sales process, let's say an initial email conversation or WhatsApp message, you start your sales process from that. For example, you reply that email saying that thanks for reaching out to us, blah blah blah, and then you set a date for a meeting, and then you meet physically or virtual, and then before that obviously you have some sort of a preparation. Possibly there are even few messages gone back and forth as well. So by the time you sit for that meeting, you already spent some time and energy, allocated resources, haven't you? Are you there just to have some talk, or are you there to do business? So you need to be very, very clear with your client, with your potential client, and you have to show that. And you show that from all your marketing communications, all your email communications, even the first phone call itself. But majority are not going to do that. Even if they hear this and if they agree, they say, yes, you're right, but you're not going to do it. Why? Because the next problem. Scarcity mindset. The scarcity mindset is actually what's going to stop you from doing it. A lot of people, a lot of sales professionals, for some odd reason, especially in this part of the world, they actually govern with scarcity mindset. They are all over the place. They have, I want this sales so bad, written all over their face the moment they have an inquiry. So they look so overly excited. So this cultivate the fear of losing you, it's never even heard this part of the world, right? It's because you have the scarcity mindset governing you. You think that you will not have enough sales. You think that you won't be able to cross this target, the deadline that your company has set before you. But guess what? You're always underestimating the market. You're always underestimating yourself. Even if you do, let's say in this world, we have over 8 billion people. Right? So even if you do your TAM, your total accessible market, and then you go to your serviceable available market, still you'll find, if you do the math correctly, you'll find the number is actually far more than you can ever fulfill within probably the next decade or probably the next couple of decades to go. So what's the problem? It's actually psychological. It's totally psychological. The fact that you think that you don't have enough sales, the fact that you think that you might not get these sales is a scarcity mindset. So you need to address that first. And there's a methodology of taking you from scarcity mindset to abundance mindset, which I do in my program. But it is a must before you apply negotiation, high value negotiation tactics and sales. I have a blueprint of how to close a sale from step 1 to all the way to there are 7 steps that I coach. I've coached across so many industries by now: retail, manufacturing, investment banking, software consultancy, product distribution, NGO, all sorts of industry by now, and it worked a lot better than I expected because these things work. But before that, the golden thing that I've done was addressing this first. Are you driven with scarcity mindset? Right? And there are so many psychological reasons why the client is not going to do business with you because you have a scarcity mindset. It means that if it's not going well for you, you don't have many clients. If you don't have many clients, you're probably not good. If you're probably not good, then if I do business with you, I will be in trouble. That's the subtle communication goes into that potential client when the moment he realizes you have a scarcity mindset. So that's why it needs to be addressed first. So speaking of the scarcity mindset, now we need to reverse that and create the scarcity mindset in the client in a tactful way. I'll explain what that is. Now, a lot of people talk about a lot of tricks and gimmicks. I'm not talking about tricks and gimmicks. I'm talking about doing mathematically, doing it sincerely. So that's how I coach everyone. You need to create your availability. You have to show how available you are, given a year, given a quarter, how many clients that you can actually serve within your resources. That's why I advise all business leaders, all business owners to do this math. What is your max capacity? Know your max capacity, the number. And once you have the number, you have clear visibility. So as it fills up, you can see, okay, you know what? I only have another 10% to go, or 10 clients to go, or 5 clients that I can serve. That's all I can go. And that number, we share that with our potential clients. So no lies, no other gimmicks. It's actually a real fact. When you do that, a magic happens. Suddenly, you seem to be actually not available all the time. Now, what happens in our human psychology is that we all want to gain what is unattainable. That's how human psychology works. So when you show that in this kind of a tactic, suddenly the client or the potential client realizes, hang on a second, this person, I need to win this person. I can't afford to lose this person because there are so many slots left with this person. I won't be able to do business with him. And obviously, for him to think that, there are other attributes as well. For example, he or she needs to know that you're an expert of this subject, that you have shown you have a track record and you have some offer. It's really compelling that person to go for it. So you need to have that in place before you do this. But then again, the funny thing is, I've seen across the world, without having that, still people make a lot of sales because they just work on this, showing the max capacity, and they don't have the scarcity mindset, and they cultivate the fear of losing them. And guess what? They get a lot of business. So if the people with mediocre product can do that, if you have a very good product, you should be doing it very aggressively. And this is my summary of a lot of my clients, the conversation with a lot of my clients, because in this part of the world, I see so many incredible people running incredible business with all sorts of sincerity, genuine effort. They have genuine product, genuine services. They're actually highly qualified, but they don't have these elements that I've just mentioned. And they are struggling left, right, and center and wondering how can we go from this plateau that we're stuck. For example, there are businesses who come from 0 to 1 million and they're stuck at 1 million for so many years. There are businesses who come from 1 million to 10 million, stuck at 10 million. They have a dream to go to 100 million. They have a dream to go to 10 million, etc. But they cannot go it with this large team that they have, because their team now needs to be developed in this sense. So that's why it says 80% is psychology, 20% is only tactics. It's very true, especially in this part of the world when it comes to Asia, subcontinent and Southeastern Asia. One of the other things that I see in a table of negotiation in the sales, that people try so much to share so much, way too much. Now, when you're so excited, what I see like sometimes very jumpy and overly enthusiastic and talking so much about your business, sharing so much, hundreds of slides in a pitch, what it actually shows is that I want this sale so badly. Again, it gives a signal to a potential client that you probably gone with a little bit of a scarcity mindset. Why is that? So that goes as a fear, some sort of doubt to your potential client, and that causes him or her to back off and buy time. So this is a problem that you see. Obviously, they will come up with a whole different perspective saying that, oh, I need to speak to my other director, or we have some big problem, etc., etc. But actually what's happening is they have a bit of a doubt. It's because you're shown it, you're a bit too overly enthusiastic. So how I coach my sales teams, usually I show them not to share too much. There's a particular thing that I do, and my clients who are watching, they are aware of it. There's a particular thing that I do, and it's actually very small thing that we do, and we share that, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines, that's it. Client is triggered and very, very excited to know about what you do more, but we don't share it more than that. So we want to keep the client guessing, like a puzzle. You're a puzzle that they need to solve, kind of. So we need to keep them there. For example, let me just deviate slightly. Imagine a magician. We buy the ticket, we go and see a magic, but we know it's a trick. We know it's been man-made. They've been trained to do that. There's no actual things happening. It's somewhere under their sleeves or whatever. but we will love to watch it, isn't it? We pay a ticket and love to watch it. But what if end of the magic, even worse, beginning of the magic, if they show the entire process of how they do it, or this is where the hidden card is, this is where that pigeon is, and well, his magic will be worthless. We will not be interested next time to go anywhere near because we lost the interest, the curiosity. Now that's one of the other very powerful human aspect, is the humankind is driven with curiosity to know what is unknown. So there's a subtle layer there. So we need to stop there and let them figure that out. For that, they need to sign up. For that, they need to pay and become a paid client to be one of our clients, for them to understand that. So these kind of aspects, if you work at, if you master over the time, obviously you can't have mastery overnight. You need to have plenty of experiences. You need to have a lot of rejections. You need to be very comfortable being uncomfortable in the face of rejection, and you expose yourself in situations again and again and again, but you follow this methodology and you see more and more, sooner rather than later, that these things are going to work like magic. And you see that a level of engagement that you never had before suddenly surfacing from clients. I want you to try it. I really want you to try it from the next meeting, and let me know, leave a comment and let me know. And if you are a businessman who've been at least running a business for the last 5 years, and we have some certain metrics, like for instance, you need to have a minimum of $1 million revenue. And if you have that mark, and if you are really extremely driven to take the business forward, I'm repeating what I'm saying, you need to be extremely driven to take the business forward yourself, or you have a sales team. They now have a fantastic system with exceptional ground knowledge and psychology, practical psychology, tactics to close any sales, any difficult sale. So you can get in touch. But otherwise, I wish you all the best, man, and hope this video is going to add massive value to you. I'll see you in another video. Live with spirit. Hey, this is Ramindu Randeni. I'm a business coach, corporate leadership coach, and I coach sales forces. Who are we before the world? And welcome to my channel.